Hey guys, this is Erin. If this is your first time to our channel and you want to learn everything there is to know about living in Richmond, Virginia, hit that like button, click subscribe, and click that little bell so you're notified every time we release a new video. Okay, we've got the third house at Homearama in 2025. This is the Villa Aurelia. Hands down, this was my favorite one. This was actually a fan favorite of all my clients that have gone in as well. I love the exterior. Again, back to that painted brick, painted white though. You have to be very careful with that. The gorgeous fixtures on the outside. I love the door. Gorgeous, gorgeous foyer that you go into. You have the two-story up the steps, so you can see all the way up. And I love that you had this little alcove in between that was really kind of the receiving part of the parlor. You can see gorgeous, gorgeous touches there. I loved what the interior designer did up that wall with that particular accent there. You're gonna see going into this particular one why it was a favorite of mine and why it was a favorite of so many. I love this kitchen, this entire area. The colors, the accents that they did around what is the butler's pantry that's looking out, the veneer that they did on that back wall where the kitchen was. Beautiful. And I love these windows. It makes me think of what you see in Florida when you go out to the lanai. They always have those big Florida ceiling glass doors that just disappear, and they have those windows all the way across there. This was one of the few that they didn't try to hide the refrigerator. They tucked it just right though. Very posh. Everything off of that beautiful island right there. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. I love this family room. I love that chimenea very simple line that they did for the fireplace. It reminds me very much of when I went to New Mexico for a great trip with my brothers some years back. The neat Airbnb that we stayed at was gorgeous. Here's a cute little mudroom. Again, that nod to all the hall trees, the gorgeous coloring they did. Perfect little half bath right off of there. Just a really neat design. And then of course they had the laundry room there. I love the wallpaper they did in here. It was super fun, and they actually took it up into the ceiling. Of course you have your little steamer there. This is wonderful for doing that walk of shame that your that your window is up high, so nobody's gonna do that. Great integrated sink, the nicest sink I've ever seen in a laundry room before, not just one of those pedestal kind of plasticky ones. Beautiful use of space. Again, gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. Into the pantry. God, I love this pantry so much. Look at all those neat skinny shelves they did for putting your pans and what have you. Love the checkered floor they did here. And this is your butler's pantry. That's what was looking out into the dining area. God, I love the color of these cabinets. How they did things there was just beautiful. Makes you think of an old, those like old antique secretaries you'd have in like the cute little drawers and what have you. And of course you have another dishwasher right here in your butler's pantry, perfect for when you're entertaining. Love the backsplash, keep little sink right in there, looks right in there. Me personally, and I don't know about anyone else, I'm gonna show you, there's another dishwasher right in there. So gorgeous, perfect for when you're entertaining a bunch of people. You can have dishes running in there, you can have dishes running in the kitchen. It's perfect. I love the little cutout, little gold copper ceiling, sink, and cute. Beautiful backsplash, and I love looking over there. I would spend so much time in there just coming up with excuses to throw a party so that I could be back there and taking people's orders, like doing a little like wine tasting party. Gorgeous kitchen. I'm back again. You'll notice I'm going to spend a lot of time in this particular house in the videos because I just love everything about it. Hats off to you, Homesmith. You did a beautiful, beautiful job. This house to me is just, it hugs me. It actually different. It reminds me a lot of the coloring and the tone of I have for my personal house. It's very that coastal grandmother sort feel. Gorgeous porch. Again, sucker for a screen porch. You notice that those go all the way back. They did a beautiful, beautiful porch off of here. Nice little built-in chimney spot, and then they actually continued it very nicely and did a great built-in kitchen out back. They had a little pizza oven out there. Love the little corbels that they used in the back. Again, another shot of those. You'll notice I'm pointing at it again. Yes, we all know, Erin, that you love those windows. I hope you love them too. Beautiful, beautiful. I loved it that they took the brick skirt all the way through and kept with that white that was on the front, that they painted the skirt all the way through. It's the little things there. I love this house, inside and out. Gorgeous exterior. That little swoop that's in the front is so cute. Oh, the primary bedroom was also one of my favorites. As much as you're like, oh, I thought you liked all the muted tones, I do love a sharp, gold or some sort of yellow mixed with an navy and white. Very classy, beautiful, beautiful walk-in they did here. They did some great overhead lighting. Great spot to keep all your belts, your purses, what have you. Two sides to it too. They did a beautiful job. Didn't they do a nice job? I love it. You can see me again in my 80s wear. In keeping with my theme of girls just want to have fun. That was a cool little integrated thing they did here. Now, I wouldn't usually necessarily go for the oak colored doors. However, I loved it in here. I loved this bathroom. See again, the arch that you were noticing before. I love that navy tile that they did all the way through. The beautiful gold features. Again, I'm not usually like a fan of oak, but they put this together so nicely. This was really pretty. I'm seeing that more and more in a lot of the kitchens, but I love it that they took that all the way through and ran that same tile all the way up the walls and behind the vanity. A very seamless, another sauna. I'm not a big sauna girl, but you're noticing quite a theme here, aren't you? And this one comes right off the shower. I love all this glass. This reminds me of traveling overseas, the European hotels that we were staying in. Particularly, there was one in particular that was in Lake Bled in Slovenia. It reminds me very much. It was a holistic retreat. And the beautiful sleek lines that they used here, the gorgeous floor to ceiling things, and very natural tones altogether. Notice a lot of this woodwork that they are doing all the way through, oak doors. This was the first floor other bedroom that had a great bathroom right off of it as well. Awesome office, wonderful guest bedroom, did those really pretty cabinet color again. Tile was a little different in every single bathroom. That's the fun thing about the Homearama, is you get to have some fun and see some neat custom details that are going on right here. Beautiful, light, gorgeous, gorgeous. This was a fan favorite of a lot of our clients coming in. I was taking lots of pictures with them there, and a lot of them were spending a bunch of time just like me. Seeing all the pretty white light floors with the wide planks, the beautiful aluminum spindles rather than the white traditional, great, gorgeous. Loft up here, very functional, very usable with storage right off of it as well. Floors were gorgeous. I loved what they chose here. Everything about this was really cute, really nice. Great design in these bedrooms. You can notice they're all a really good size. All of them have walk-ins in them, which helps considerably. Oh, another favorite. I love this bedroom. And I know it's just decor. The little cutout alcove bed. I would also be hanging out here all the time. Now this reminds me of the hotel that my husband and I always stay at down in South Beach in Miami whenever we go to our company conference. We're getting ready to go back again. It's the Citizen M. This is how their beds are set. It's like those little alcoves that tuck you in there. Some people are like, that's too small, I love it. Hugs is just right. They did a really nice job. Every bathroom was a little different. Fun to see those different designs that they did. Lots of pretty tile work. Very simple, clean, lovely lines, all very much in keeping. Even a little alcove for the doggy. Beautiful, all together, lovely home. Good size house, but again, not overwhelming. Everybody did a really nice job with their different decor. I love it when we can pull any kind of navy in here, just a little accent. Light and bright though. Fun, did some stripes. More stripes up here using tile instead. Gorgeous. Don't you love the floors? That's a pretty house. Once again, if this is your first time to our channel and you want to learn everything there is to know about living in Richmond, Virginia, tap that like button, hit subscribe, and click that little bell so you're notified every time we release a new video. Thanks so much for watching, and always remember, leave everything better.